Greetings dudes, it's Chappers, how you doing? It's been a long time since I did one of these kind of blog style videos, but you know, it's time for a new year and some awesome new times. Although unfortunately outside we are having some kind of storm, possibly a hurricane. Check it out. This is the marina below my flat, and as you can see the waves are just coming right over the wall. Would you like for a fleeting second to experience what it's like to be in a storm in Brighton? I'd wager you would. We've got a bit of water damage, but everything will be fine. So anyway, it's stormy as hell, and please forgive the audio that you would experience during this exciting storm here in Brighton. On with the review. Today we're going with the Kenyan blend. Big thanks to my buddy Ryan from RNA Music who gave me this massive mug. If you're not quite sure how big it is, my entire hand fits into it with room for another hand. And let's play What Did Dan Cook Last Night?
I made shepherd's pie.
That's a normal mug full of coffee. There are loads of reviews of this particular application online, all of which are polished and shiny and very lovely and clean. I'm not really a polished, shiny, lovely and clean kind of guy, so this is the rough Chappers guide to bias. I have these things. Here is a MacBook. Of course, it can be any computer. Now, the only reason I'm using this is to record the audio for you so that you can hear how wonderful it sounds. I'm using a Focusrite Scarlett mic pre, which I've just got a line in direct from my iPhone. There's a massive close-up for you. Close up, close up. There's the iPhone, and here's my guitar. This is a Chapman Guitars ML2 standard, although I have whacked in some cheeky bare knuckle painkillers. So basically, if we go onto my iPhone and remove all the hundreds and hundreds of apps I've got, there's bias here. Now I'm currently using what they call an iRig to connect my guitar here via a guitar cable into the iRig, and that goes from a cable from the iRig into my iPhone. But I've also got a cable coming out of the iRig which leads you guys into the Focusrite so that you can actually hear what it is that I'm playing. But normally I connect it to some headphones and just rock out in my bedroom, hotel room, etc. And I really would, because it absolutely sounds incredible. And by the way, if you're a fan of the internet, that's the one with email, you could go to positivegrid.com and check out Bias, which is what I'm going to review for you. This is the tone revolution on an epic scale, and if you scroll down it tells you that Bias is an amp designer, modeler and processor for iPad, although obviously in our case it's for iPhone. So anyway, here's how the app looks. I've got to say it looks great. Really nice and exciting to look at, and all sorts of things that slide. It's really intuitive, even for someone like me who, I'm not a technophobe, but I don't like to have to read anything to do anything. So essentially you get to design an amplifier from kind of scratch, loads of different features. You can bias them hot or cold, you can do all sorts of things. And for me, I mean, having gone through the design process of an amplifier, it's really interesting to see what all these different tiny things do to the end sound. And the one thing that struck me was how vast a difference cab choice makes to the overall sound. I mean, to me, I think even more than a guitar. It's incredible. Anyway, check it out. So you could have clean, or you could have, and you can select from the different kinds of clean models, yawn, blues, but I've gone for a crunch, and my particular favourite is this 69 Super Lead by Marshall. And then if you touch a knob and move a finger, it does things like that, which is really cool. I use this arrow here to specify the fact that I've done that. And then this little cog here takes you to a whole plethora of wonderment. So you've got custom panel, preamp, EQ, tone stack, power amp, transformer, and then cab, and then a final EQ. And this is awesome. This is the mic position. Check out how much difference this makes to the sound. So here is the big shiny finger pointy of doom. Let's put the mic central and show you how a guitar amp sounds, or our guitar amp sounds centralized. And if I just drag it along, it sounds vastly different. ToneCat approves! So you can see mic placement makes a massive difference. But let's just go back to the preamp. And for example, you can change the kind of valves that you've got. I'm using 12 AX7s at the moment. You could choose whether you change the cathode tubes or the input stage tubes or the distortion level, or whether it's biased hot or cold. All absolutely crazy stuff. So here's it biased quite cold. And here it is biased fairly hot. Back to the central position for you. So there's an EQ. Everybody knows what an EQ does. There's not much point in discussing EQs, really. I really hate kind of dumbing down YouTube videos and telling people how to suck eggs. You know what an EQ does. If you don't know what an EQ does, look it up on Google. It really is storming a storm out there. Now they've got a function here called tone stack, and the topology currently is British Crunch. And this is just, again, a selection of the different kinds of tone stack you could go for. For example, we could have an American tread plate, which we all know what that is. And there's a selection of, you know, bass, middle, treble. I'm going to go back to my British Crunch. Let's go to the power amp. So, again, we can select the different kinds of valves we've got. And also the way it works, so whether the topology is solid state, push-pull, split load, experiment with that yourselves. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to up the power gain slightly. Transformer. How often have you wanted to see what different kind of transformers do? Well, let's go for an American style transformer. Up the output slightly. Cab. So at the moment I've got a 4x12 green. Now I know that's a great sounding cab, but if we just change it to, I guess, something a little bit bigger, let's go to a 1x12 tweed. You can see it sounds like an absolute ton of pants. So it makes a massive difference the kind of speaker you use. Let's go to a Alnico Blue. Let's try that. That's a nice sounding speaker. And then the kind of microphone. Let's change the mic to a C414. Massive difference. People are mostly used to using SM. All sorts of things can be changed. Again, here's a different way of adjusting the distance from the speaker. So for example, further away. So you get more of the room sound, or really close. So you get the sound of a horrible speaker. So you get the idea, and I've been using a boring British crunch sound, and I'm really sorry about that. So let's go for a stupid high gain tone. Back arrow. Scroll through, let's go for metal. Let's go for an SLO. That is pretty reminiscent. Let's make a few adjustments. Let's just give it more gain because that's what people do. Let's scoop it because you shouldn't ever do that, but why not? Let's go in and take a look at the preamp valves. Let's change the preamp valves to 12 AU7s. Let's change that to normal. That's thickened it very slightly. Let's just take off some of the treble, add in some of the mid from the tone stack, go to the power amp. Let's make it solid state. Let's go for a cab. I'm going to add this a little bit closer up and to the side. At the moment we've got a 4x12 Celestian. Let's go for a 4x12 tread plate, and then on the final EQ, it's really intuitive, isn't it? Let's scoop it to hell, see how it sounds. Wait, I think my chips are ready. Yes, that seems to be ready. Well, a quick trip into my usage tells me that Bias is 145 megabytes and Jam Up Pro, which is the kind of sister app, is 202 megabytes. Now that's not ridiculously staggeringly high. I mean, Facebook is 306 megabytes. Would I keep it on my phone? Yeah, I'd keep it on my phone. Anyway, once you've chosen all the specification and had fun playing with power amps and tone stacks and blah, all you got to do is go to the little Jam Up Pro logo. I have just put my finger over for you, and it takes everything you've set and puts it straight into Jam Up Pro, so you can jam with backing tracks and add effects pedals and things, and it's really quite fun. Here's a question for you though. Do you like guitar amps? I'm just genuinely interested, and I'm sure that Positive Grid would also be interested if they can hear you over this horrendous storm. Do you like guitar apps? Are they cool? Are they the kind of thing that you're interested in? I don't know how much this costs because I'm testing it for them, so I can't tell you because I haven't been told, but I personally would use this. It's really portable, it's on my iPhone, I can plug in, provided you've got the correct adapter that of course Positive Grid can supply. I think it's a great thing. The sounds really surprised me. I was expecting amateur type tonality, but it's quite mature. They've done a really good job. All the little tiny areas just make it exciting. That's it, it's a fun app. It's an exciting and fun application for designing your own kind of dream amplifier. And you know what? A number of people that say to me, Chappers, which amp should I buy? I can't travel to try them all. I don't know what I should get. Well, this is a good opportunity. For what I imagine to be a relatively low retail margin, you could try out every amp potentially on the market with lots of different kinds of cabs, and then choose one that you think works for you. So use it as a buying guide. How about that? Anyway, it's enough banter. All you guys really want to do is watch me shred on this ML2 through Bias by Positive Grid, which I highly recommend to anybody who wants an app to play your guitar through on your iPhone or iPad. I have gone ahead and made myself a version of the SLO, I call it the CHA 100. You can change the Tolex colours and the background and all sorts of fun things. And yeah, there's just a bit of fun. Anyway, highly recommend it. Take it easy, guys. Chappers out.